Do better, see, do better today on Doop by the River. We're talking hits, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you dare go anywhere because we're giving our reaction to the brand new Philadelphia Union Kids. And don't you dare go anywhere because you do not want to miss this episode of Doop by the River. And let's get it started, guys.
Doop by the River
doesn't do anything well. There is not one.
I'm sorry. There was no creativity.
As a Union fan, I hate that all day.
Another DP. We need to go get Mario Balotelli. And that is right. Welcome, everyone, to Doop by the River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union. Of course, we are brought to you by Philly Sports Network. Before we dive into today's episode of Doop by the River, thank you so much for tuning on in. If you're watching live on Barcelona Philly's YouTube channel, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe for all your further viewings of Doop by the River. And you can find us wherever you stream podcasts, from Apple, Google, and Spotify. Find us under Doop by the River podcast. And let me introduce you today, our experts in duping. Please welcome back our boy with this background is beautiful. Welcome, Tim Lovingood. Timmy boy, how we feeling, brother?
I mean, tired, as we all talked pre-show. We're all pretty tired, but no, I'm excited. Like, MLS is pretty much back. We got new kits to talk about. I mean, I don't know. I've been like in and out of all this stuff. Like, but I don't even know are we doing predictions today? Like, what are we doing? I don't even know anymore.
I got a crazy guess. We're talking soccer.
Oh,
I think that's what we're gonna do here.
Yes, I like it.
So we do here, ladies and gentlemen. And then, of course, please welcome our man. So proud of this guy. I love this man. Please welcome Justin, Alcohol Distribution Agent Freiburg. Justin, what's going on, brother?
Not much. Like Tim said, just tired. It's been a busy start to the year for a number of reasons. But the one good thing about the time with the World Cup and coming is we knew MLS was right around the corner, and news when it comes to jerseys, transfers has been hot and heavy, and we are just over a week out from the home and season opener, and I'm not even sure I've still wrapped my head around the fact that come this time next week, my butt will be right back in the river end as it should be.
That's where we all belong, brother. This podcast, I hope that it can distract some people from everyday life, because obviously, listen, it's a little bit stressful. I mean, all the three of us, we got our day-to-days, but we can always put a smile on our face and talk about the Union. That's what we're gonna do here. And gentlemen, I really need this, and I know you guys use as well, because after what I dealt with Sunday, the flashbacks of Gareth Bale and Jordan Alvarez, it creeped back up, but it's the start of something new because the Union are back. But before we get into that, guys, I want to talk about the kids. Are you guys ready to talk some kids? This episode's for you, Justin. It's all about the kids, brother.
Of course, always down to talk some beautiful kids.
All right, so I want to break this down, though, guys. Right, so here is the kit, as we have all seen on social media, the brand new kit. They even shout out Mike Thomas. It's about damn time. We got the Thomas logo right here in the center. But I want to break this down into two things, guys, because the two predominant things with this kit, number one is the camo. And that's where I want to start off first. So for everyone who's not aware, camo came from this beautiful 2019 Mantras. It wasn't just this kit, but it was the whole theme of that season, or that playoff run, the Philly or nothing. You saw a lot of the camo. It was in the crest of this warm-up kit that, for those who weren't fans of 2019, this was the warm-up kit in the Red Bull game, our first playoff win. The camo you could see here in the crest. And then, of course, these shoes, which sold like hotcakes. Also, you could see the camo in there as well. So that's where the camo comes from. There was a success with that, so they just decided to bring it back here. And let's go with another risk, kind of like 2020 or the 2020-2021 away kit, the Bayous, same thing, risk. You get it here with this one as well. So first off, I want to get your thoughts, guys. Just let's start off with you, man. The camo. Are you down with the camo, my dude?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even realize it was a camo design. My first one of the first memes I think I saw, and it's so true, was the intro to The Simpsons. So now in my head, I've been saying the Union.
That
And
might be a chant, brother.
I like it.
hey, listen, if we, I mean, listen, we'll have us recording, Union or anybody if we use this, throw a little cheddar, our way. Just saying, anything helps. No, it does kind of like I do see the camo. To me, it's kind of like, at least remind me of like
Here you go,
smoke
Justin.
bomb, like the clouds, that was my first thought was, yeah, right, like it kind of you'll be thinking that in your head now for the longest time.
And for those who are listening on the podcast, we do have it posted up here. We have the clouds next to the kid. It's pretty close.
But yeah, like it looks, it kind of does give you that cloud or smoke bomb vibe. For anyone who has ever stood behind the smoke bombs, like myself on occasions, your shirt may end up looking like that. But I like it. I know people for some reason have been like it. It's been fairly mixed. At this point, I'm glad that they went with the blue camo kind of goes in there, but I'm glad they went back to kind of a predominantly gold color. I like this gold better. That I know I love my old kit from the beginning. I know that yellow is iconic, but I like this gold better. I think this is kind of the yellow that they've been running with for a while. It's something that it kind of gives it that bleached vibe, it kind of looks like a bleached shirt that you accidentally threw a bit of bleach in the washer, and you're like, oh no, the shirt's ruined. Does a bit remind me kind of of a lighter version of the Leeds kit. Like you kind of get those there's a lot of things that I think in this kit. The thing for me that I love the most, and it's kind of a continuation of the last few years, the sponsor does not stand out. I do love that it is a darker blue. You kind of see how first of all, again, I love that the restructured deal with Bimbo bread, that you are allowed to use the subsidiaries. So they've used Artisano, they've now used Thomas's English Muffins, which I mean, I hope that means that we get some Thomas's English Muffins.
Delicious, by the way. Whoever.
Oh yeah, fantastic. For me, it's the blue, the accents on the shoulders, but I think what kind of brings it all together, if you look at the sleeves, you'll see that dark blue, the same dark blue that is framing it, with a kind of looks like a lighter blue, kind of accenting that around the top. That I think that's a subtle touch, and it's the same thing. You see it on the neckline as well. I think that is fantastic. I think that the subtle things like that, even for me, who loves ridiculously complicated jerseys and over the top designs, I think the subtle touches like that, those little accents, really kind of pull it together. And as Ryan said, it's like 90s acid wash, and I love how Gazdag is kind of wearing those kind of acid wash, ripped jeans. Like, I think overall, the vibe, the aesthetic that they're going for, it works. It works for the purposes, like overall, it brings it together for obviously the number of reasons. Yeah, like you can see the collar.
Sorry, that was a blurry pick.
You can see the dark blue, and then you can slightly see the blue accent kind of on the side. I think overall it is pulled together very well. And once again, the design council is knocking it out of the park.
Tim, for you, camo is not something we've used predominantly in our club's fishery. What's your feeling towards it, man?
I think I'm sort of like Justin when I first saw it. I definitely didn't like it. Didn't scream camo at me. Like obviously, when you start looking at it and dissecting it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's definitely supposed to be like a camouflage type of kit. Um, so I like it. I mean, it's definitely different, and I like that the union and the council is working with Adidas. And I don't know if they're like kind of pressuring them to be, to go against the norm. But if they are, it's working. Like it's worked the last few seasons.
I think
yeah.
what they've been doing is like they're kind of giving them, okay, here's the prompts, here's kind of what
Mhm.
we would like for my understanding that the camo was the okay, here's the basic prompt, do what you can with with that, and I think that's what it how it shows that you may not even notice it because the color scheme that works is not
Mhm.
something traditionally that you would associate with camo.
Right.
I-
Yeah.
if-
It worked
if-
really well. And I will say real quick, my favorite part is actually the back of the jersey because it's all gold. And I
That's
love
nice.
the gold like accents for Philly. Like there has not been enough gold. I know that there hasn't been because of the original away jersey making everyone look like they were naked. Uh, but I think the fact that this one kind of has that like acid wash feel, like we were saying, like makes it look almost kind of like a tan. So I don't know, but the accent with the all gold back and the blue shorts, it makes it
The blue
stand
shorts.
out perfectly. It
Oh,
looks very
that's
good.
I do
I
have a
am with
question on that.
you though, Johnny. I don't like the blue socks. I don't like that. I wish it were gold, but it is what it is at that point. But
I thought I had a picture of it. Yeah. So to your point, though, Tim, I wanted to bring up. I do think that what really helps in this Kit Collective team is that we do have actual fashion designers in the group,
okay, yeah,
and as you guys know, soccer kits are more lifestyle now than ever before, and so I think by having that perspective, it helps with that because these shirts are profitable because they just look goddamn sexy. And so I really do think having those people kind of giving that lifestyle,
yeah.
feel to it, I think that's what really does help for sure, man. The other thing I wanted to touch upon, gentlemen, that was a big part of this kit was, if you guys notice, the crest is a little bit
Mhm.
different. I can actually pull up the traditional crest here, but obviously, I pull it up right here in the top right, but we're on Tim's screen. That is a traditional crest. So obviously the main difference is that it's just a snake. It's very minimal.
Mhm.
Now I know how our fan base is, and that's why I love them. But this is obviously kind of a big change. It's a crest that we've always had on the kits. Even in the Bayou kits, it was still the same thing, just different coloring.
Yeah.
So Tim, does this bother you at all, or are you okay with a direction like this, a minimal crest?
It doesn't bother me. I think because technically, isn't this the quote unquote like the secondary logo or whatever that how like when they did the slight union
Yeah,
rebrand back a few years ago, how they're
we
like,
had it in the
okay, like
back.
the crest is the crest, and then there's the secondary, which I believe is just the snake, and then they have like
Yeah.
the watermark, which is like the PHL Union with the snake in the middle or whatever. So I think they're just kind of going for that secondary look, and like you said, it's minimal, like, but it's clean, like it fits with what this kit is. I think because I think it's supposed to look, more laid back. And yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like that it's like that.
And if you ask the average MLS fan, they'll still know what team that is.
Yeah.
So I don't think that takes away. But for you, Justin, any thoughts on the crest change there?
I mean, if you've really been, if people have been paying attention, they've been using this in a number of things
Yeah.
for going back to 2019. 2018, 2019 is kind of when they started to kind of come up with. I mean, the snake itself is on countless sweatshirts and shirts. It's something that they've been using. So I think you're not going to look at this kit and go, "Oh, what team is playing?" You look at the snake and go, "Oh, it's the Union," because sure enough, especially at a home game, you'll see Fang, walking there. It's like, oh, the team that has a snake as their mascot. I think it's gonna be pretty obvious. I think the snake is subtle. Again, with the sponsor, it is that dark blue, but it doesn't stand out on the jersey. Like it doesn't detract from the design on the kit. And I think for a lot of the features on the jersey, having those accent lines and all that stuff, not really. It still pulls your eye, but it doesn't distract you from the main point of the jersey. I think the fact that this logo is just simplified as is, I think allows the jersey more to speak for itself than other logos, which is why I'm absolutely fine with this. And I think it makes it even better that they went with this logo on this kit.
You know what's kind of interesting too with it? It's that like the actual logo of the snake has been used on kits, I think, all the way back in like as early as 2012, 2013, because like you guys can't see it, but the one behind me above Gaddis is the little snake. Like they had it as like the back tag, and that was the 2012, 2013 away jersey. I think they had it on the home one too. So like they've had this logo out there, it's not like it's brand new or anything. So yeah, I think it's nice that they're using it on the front.
I'm trying to pull up a picture of the full kit here. So right now, from what it looks like, light blue shorts, light blue socks. Think of the Bayous. It's a light blue trimming. I'll try to get a picture up here, but Tim, you see the whole ensemble of the uniform. What is your full thought on that there?
I like it a lot. I'm glad that they showed us right off the bat that it was blue shorts because of the whole with the Bayou kids like having white shorts and then yellow shorts, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm team white shorts, I'm team yellow shorts." Now we don't have that. Hopefully, I think there's just blue now, so no one has to worry about it. You don't have to like trash, the Twitter admin of like what color shorts are they wearing today, type of thing.
Yeah, but come on, Tim, that was all the fun.
It was pretty fun, but when they wore the white shorts, it was game over. So we don't have to worry about that now. I think especially with how the back of the jersey, this new one is gold. The fact that it's the blue and the gold together, it just screams Union to me. So I really like it. I do wish the socks had more gold. I said that earlier, but
a lot of that too.
It is what it is. I think the socks kind of blend in with the shorts, but
here we go, guys.
There it is, right there.
See, I love it.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was your best analysis yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not like powdery blue. It is that lighter blue that they have been working with.
Yeah.
But again, it's the dark accents. It's the stripes down the shorts and on the socks.
Yeah, you're right.
For me, they're going with, and then you look at the numbers. The numbers are that dark blue. They are going with this aesthetic that while that light blue is going to be predominating the jersey, that dark blue is going to be in the lettering and the striping, and I think that's what pulls it together. I personally like the shorts and the socks, but
I do think that gold would look better with this. I just think that's just way too much for the bottom half there. Way too much blue, but you'll definitely do with it, and it'll also look good when you're winning in CCL, MLS Cup playoffs, and all that good stuff there.
Leagues Cup, Open Cup, Shield. We're winning it all.
We won it all. We're coming for it all.
Yeah.
I remember CCL 2021 when the color shorts were being juggled around. Yeah, so Saprissa, we wore the white, right?
Yeah.
White with the blue.
And then when we went into MLS, we wore yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, it got mixed around. It was
So is Zach still team white shorts?
I'm assuming so. I'd
have to assume
that
so.
Man when that man has a thought, he will never shy away. Like he'll never change his mind. Essentially.
Oh, he'll double down. So. I love Zach for. He'll double down.
Oh yeah.
That's our man Zach there. All right, so that obviously is the best kit release of them all, right? I mean, there's just no debate about that. But we had a lot of kit releases, except for Montreal. But what I want to ask of you guys is I want to start off with the best and the worst. So we're gonna start off with the best. Justin, I want to get from you. For you in the league, what is the best kit release been?
So I'm gonna have my one, and then I'm gonna have it as an honorable mention because it was very very tough. Um, there were some good jerseys. There were some very bad jerseys. The one for me, and once again, this team knocking it out of the park with these concepts and the videos tying together so perfectly, and god damn does it look good, and it makes me come this close. And now listeners, if this close to breaking my no buying an other MLS team kit, because this shit is absolutely top notch. It is the Seattle Sounders Bruce Lee
No.
kit. My lord, this thing is just phenomenal. First of all, I love the red. I am a sucker. When Portland did red, when that dark red way back, it's great. You have the dragon print all over, running around the sides, running across the jersey. Again, with the accent, you have that yellow accent on the sponsor on the top. I'm assuming on the lettering you can see it is it's perfect because the jersey itself it's loud, but it doesn't detract from the overall pull of the jersey. It is just phenomenal, top to bottom. And a year after they launched the Jimi Hendrix kit, they come in with another banger. And goddamn Seattle, you are making it harder and harder to not buy that kit. Um, uh, uh, as I said, my honorable mention, and they've been pretty good with it too the last few years. The Portland Timbers.
Whoa. Little Cascade.
If you look at that kit, you'll see kind of what I believe it was kind of like an Argyle style pattern, kind of going around the kit. I think that's another kit where the design is understated, but yet it pops. The color scheme itself, again, dark green that's one thing I love about Portland. They're the dark green that they use in their logos and stuff is perfect. It is a perfect, that kind of forest green is a very perfect, tone to go with for their home kits. I think it just works. It's again like the Seattle kit where the design speaks for itself, and it pops without distracting you too much to the point where it's like, okay, this is a pretty fire kit. So my top being Seattle Sounders, but honorable mention absolutely goes to the Portland Timbers.
And Portland's another team that always constantly has a good one. I want to ask guys, because I do like the concept, but what does Bruce Lee have to do with Seattle? And where I'm going with this, if we were to kind of bring that here, if the Union were to do I'm trying to think of an like a Chuck Norris themed kit, how would that be received here in Philly?
It wouldn't make much sense. I would have to look into what the relevance to the Seattle area is, because I thought Bruce Lee lives in San Francisco. So that's kind of an interesting one. At least Jimi Hendrix, I know, had ties to the area, so that makes sense. I would have to definitely do a little more digging to understand what Bruce Lee has to do with Seattle.
I think I can come up with some dope ideas for sure. For sure, if that is the case, that is for sure. Tim, your favorite kit so far in the MLS?
I mean, my favorite was definitely the Seattle one, but I can't take that. My next favorite is actually, I was a little surprised by it. I saw a leak of it a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks pretty good. And it's a team that I believe used to wear this color a little bit more often, but kind of went away from it. And it's RSL's jersey, because it's a gold jersey with the red and blue accents. And if you look at their crest, it's sort of like a reverse of their crest where the RSL has always been gold and then there's blue and red around it. And this new shirt is full gold, but then the sleeves and the bottom of the shirt have red and blue accents. So it's totally like a reversal. They're kind of leaning into it like, we got to be golden. I wanted to look it up because I thought it would look really good if they had like the RSL like red shorts with the gold, but they went full gold, which I'm not mad about because I wish the Union had something like this. I really do. I love gold jerseys. I just wish there was more of it. I think it's pretty clean. It's simple, but it's clean. And it's still a lot better than other MLS teams who put in little.
This is giving Union. This is giving very Union.
Right? Like
Yeah, very, very
right?
old school Union.
Right?
Vibes.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
So I did do a little digging now quickly as to why Bruce Lee and Bruce Lee Kid.
Yes, give it to us.
So he was born in San Francisco, but he did move to Seattle where he finished high school and went to the University of Washington. So he does have ties to the area. So I mean, Seattle, going back with Seattle, like I said, Johnny, we gotta start pushing the Philly legends on here. Like you got a lot of Philly legends, especially musically, and if we're going talk about an actor, like there's Philly is up and down. He's got a number of inspirations.
What you're saying is we need a Fresh Prince kit.
That was gonna be up there, but
that would be sick. You could do some sick things with that.
I think you that would probably be a start that people would probably gravitate to. Yeah, I could imagine so.
I mean, listen, Bruce brought it up. Wawa kit. I mean, I don't know how you can make that work with the bimbo, but
no.
Yeah, you'd have to start. I mean, they have the yellow in their logo, but you would be varying off of
like predominantly red.
It's yellow and red and black. Like it's a weird.
That'd be interesting. But I'm in with Ryan here. Give me the damn Rocky, bro.
But what does that mean though? Like
straight
like
gray.
what's the design? I understand you have what color scheme you have.
Just gray.
You can go with yellow or light blue or dark blue or black. But where do you what do you where I can't think. Like I've seen like 4 or 5 of the Rocky movies. I can't picture what on earth that would entail.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the Italian stallion colors, the black and the yellow. But yeah, I mean, we did Bethlehem Steel did have, so you could do like the Bethlehem Steel kind of template, black shirt, yellow writing, white shorts.
So what you're saying is that the Union needs to sell all of these new jerseys so that we can get an alternate jersey, a third jersey.
What you're saying is we need to bring the steel kit back. Yes,
essentially, yeah.
So that is one of my main things, and I've talked about this with the club as well, is that I do wish that we could bring back some retro jerseys, and I do know that like when you're a young club like the Union, is kind of tough to do that.
Yeah.
But even Bethlehem, the Philadelphia Adams, the Fury, stuff like that. That would be pretty sick to bring back. As he goes, I get jealous like when the Galaxy pull out those sexy throwbacks. Who's the other team just recently brought out some sexy throwbacks?
Well, so Johnny, the retro look would also bring into again, I'm gonna go. I have a tie for the worst because there were 2 bad kits.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go with that one right off the bat.
Okay.
Do it.
You talk about the Galaxy bringing stuff back, and a lot of the older teams are bringing stuff back. Well, how there's been some, the KC had the Wizards, the Wiz. And once upon a time, there was a team known as the Dallas Burn.
They did not do that.
Oh, yeah. No,
Look it up.
I'm pulling it up.
They did. And they had so much potential with the color scheme from the Dallas Burn.
No, they did not bring that. What is this?
It is.
You won't be
like,
able to see it on the field. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's a white t-shirt.
You had a chance to make a damn good Burn throwback kit, and it looks like you ran out of ink on the printer. like what in the ever-loving fuck is that?
Why does this club give broke boy energy? You know what I mean? Like they're not broke.
God, they were so close. They have the Burn logo.
All they need to do is make those the fire parts of that on there red or orange,
or just make it
10,000 times
darker.
better.
Make it darker. Make it make that pop a bit more. You had, or like it could have been a black jersey with red, or red with a black. Like you could have done so much more with this. The Dallas Burn is an icon. That logo, that thing is iconic in this league's history, and you done fucked it up, Dallas.
Well, Justin, I'll say this: if the shorts look good, there is a redeeming factor.
No, but the jersey's still trash. Like the shorts could look good, but like maybe FC Dallas should focus less on clapping back at Philadelphia and focus on the fact that they're trash and their jerseys are now trash. But this jersey, I said I had a tie. Now this other one, my God, like. If you ever have a pool and kind of this season where it's getting you got to close the pool and you got to open it up and you pull off the cover and you see a whole layer of pond scum right across the pool. Imagine if you left a t-shirt in that for a few months, kind of washed it off, and then went, you know what? I'll wear this on the soccer field. Well, LAFC decided this is going to be what we're going for because, my God, again, like LAFC's kit, I look at it and just go, it is like if you left a shirt in a pool that you just opened for the season and it's then sitting in all the filth for several months. It's just so bad.
Imagine if they didn't win the MLS Cup. Jeez.
Like the black accent, okay, fine, but like
no, that's not. It doesn't make it any better.
What the fuck is that? It just looks like.
What is the color?
Like
it's green. Technically,
it's mold. It's mold. It is genuinely mold. Like
Moldy FC.
I cannot believe you went. Yeah, let's look like we haven't washed our jerseys in several months. Just like and there's been several good kits, but like FC Dallas and LAFC, what in the fuck were you guys thinking? You got like if you guys have a fan design council, you'll need to fire.
You know what's funny? Tim was talking about RSL and the all gold jersey. Tim, if there was a club that was going to pull it out, I would think it's LAFC.
Yeah, after the season they just had, sure.
All gold.
Yeah.
All gold would have been solid.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know what this is. This is not good for sure.
It's as our good buddy Alexis the Cooligans would say, it's basura. It is trash, garbage, like just ridiculous. Do better, LAFC and FC Dallas. Do better.
Tim, give me the worst of the worst here.
So my tie for the worst was Dallas and LAFC. Once again, Justin stealing all my things. So I'm going to scramble real quick and go through MLS's Instagram. No, but seriously, the one other one that was just super underwhelming to me was Atlanta. It's literally the same kit.
It's the first one,
right? It's not five stripes. It's like three stripes and then the side hanging.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Actually, I didn't even realize that. I just assumed it was the same because at first glance it looks the same. But no, yeah,
but,
you're right.
Tim, I do think there's something behind. I feel like Atlanta is trying to go back to square one, and so I think that they're trying.
Oh, so they're going to bring Tata back?
Oh man,
Yeah,
he's
we're
available,
going
right?
square
Might as
one.
well.
Bring back Miggy. Like we're gonna go back to square one, guys.
Well, Mickey's worth what, like almost 50, 60 mil now?
Yeah, Miggy's not
That's
walking
right,
back to that door. I mean, another club that looks like they put minimal effort into anything that they do is New England Revolution, because I feel like they've had this before, which is just a white shirt with like the red, almost like a red sash.
Wait,
It's not,
Johnny, you would appreciate speaking on that jersey. Look up the tweet that Felipe Cardenas did about that jersey. I now cannot picture this kit without saying it in that manner. It is.
First
like,
off, oh my god, this is like
Right?
River Plate.
Yeah,
so that's if you look at Felipe's,
it's
Sweet.
really late. But
It
also, New England has done this before. It's the same. Like they've done
That
this
is so
before.
bad. Oh my god.
So
Who
in
told
my
him to do this?
in my best God, this could be terrible. In my best New York accent, River Plate. Like as soon as, and he just said River Plate, Boston. Like,
Dude, but like you were
it's
just
just-
now a walking just shit show. Like, what made you think to do this? Oh my god, they are so getting roasted in Argentina right now.
like, and that's the thing.
All those
like,
audios.
it
Oh my
like
god.
as soon as I saw that, I was just like, I tagged our good buddy Tommy. It was just like, 'cause he's a massive River Plate fan, and I'm just like, Tommy, you don't have to be a Union fan anymore. You can support River Plate New England.
Well, it's funny that you guys do mention that, because I definitely came in here ready to kill. I'm gonna pull it up right now so everyone can see, because I definitely need to show this before. I was ready to kill the Red Bull, because
They're barely
obviously
running that kit. What the hell?
well, number one, this looks very much like a Colombian soccer kit. But what kills me is that I wish Colombia would do this. Like, I like the blue like accent there, like above the Red Bull, and like I'm just like, how did we not come up with this? We have Adidas. Like, we could use this template, like if we wanted to. But Red Bull beat us to it. So there we go.
Hey, never say never. Maybe that's what they're gonna do next.
But that would just make Adidas look bad, because here we go again, just recycling templates.
That's what Adidas and Nike do, though. That is what they do.
That is so true. Crazy.
Oh,
Reese,
and
what's going on?
I will say a jersey that I think I like, something that was solid, but and it makes me laugh that Orlando is not the only purple
Yes.
club in the MLS. Charlotte's new kit is not bad. I will say it's
Done a
it
good
is-
job so far in the league.
It's very basic. It's not over the top. I think like RSL's kit, it is they
There we
stuck
go.
with it. They stuck with it
Oh.
in one color, and with it's purple with like that dark green accent. Like they stuck with a main color and they went with it. Kind of like RSL's is gold. Yeah, like you see, like okay, you see the purple. You have the and you have some blue. So they stuck with a simple design. They were like, hey, let's just change the color up a bit. I think that is solid. I think that's a solid kit. Very, very simple, but not bad at all.
Yeah.
I just like the color combination more than anything.
The only thing I will say, I do not love the pink.
I like it.
Okay.
I think on the top, like I would have no problem if that was the accent color, like around the collar and the shoulder. But on the top, I would have rather have gone with the blue. Like I think that's my only criticism. If you flip that, it's a solid kit. Otherwise,
Here's the point, guys. Like, we just saw a lot of different stuff for a lot of for the teams. Very different for what these teams usually do. But this is what I'm talking about. As a young league, we have to take these risks. We have to step outside the box. You don't need to play it safe and give us a frickin' white tee every single year for an away kit or just a plain kit. But like, we just saw what Charlotte did. We just saw what Seattle did. It's just about listening to what people want and stepping out of the box. Like, you don't have to follow whatever conformance that you decided to follow. But I'm happy that we decided to take these steps because this is important as a young league. This is how you get beautiful kits like you see around the world, and Justin's closet can attest to as well.
I've been pretty good since I have been a quote unquote fully fledged adult living on my own for a few years now. I've been smarter with my jersey purchase. I will say that much.
2 words for everyone out there: DHgate. It's a blessing and a curse. Right. I want to give love to our little brothers down south because I do think this was nice. I like the DC United ones, and now to Justin's point, now we have another club with white, black, and pink. So.
The only thing I would have done differently for this kit, I would have either put a bit more of because I know this is the cherry blossoms. If they had done a bit more on the branches on the blossoms themselves, if they if there's something to pop a little bit more, I think the idea is there. I think it's just a little faded. Like it just feels a little bit lacking. I love the design. I love the idea. It's just a little off.
Absolutely. All right. Guys, real quick, before we sign off, Union did make a signing. They did sign on the draftee. We signed a draftee, guys. Holden Trent. Hold on. I got the university. I got the university down. It's something I've never even heard of. It is I'm blanking now. I just had the university. But
very small school, I believe.
High Point University. There we go.
Yep.
But look, he's pretty young. Obviously, for me, like we used to talk about all the time, Justin. Like I always felt like Matt Freese is the future of this club, and obviously he's gone now. And I heard good things about Holden Trent coming out of preseason. He did good enough to be the third goalkeeper. But as far as the future goes, do you think it's on the roster? Or do you think that we're going to wait and see with some of these kids going forward? Tim, what do you think about the goaltending position? I'm sorry.
I mean, it's Andre Blake until he's not with the club anymore, and that it kind of sucks because we lost out on what Freeze could be. I mean, we'll see him firsthand. Like I'm assuming he's going to be pushing for those minutes at NYCFC. But yeah, I mean, it really is Andre Blake. Like he could be an MLS lifer, like, and that's fine. Like there's no problem with that. I mean, having Joe Bendick behind him, another solid veteran, for this young kid to learn from goalkeeper of the year and best goalkeeper in MLS and a seasoned MLS vet, is only going to help him. So, I mean, who knows if he's going to be the future at goalkeeper, but he's going to be the third guy on the roster for now. And he's going to learn and develop in one of the best clubs in MLS. So
hey,
I
listen,
think there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
We've developed some pretty good goalkeepers that are out in the league. Matt Freese, Romero, McCarthy, but
even Zach McMath.
Zach McMath, a mainstay now with RSL.
Yeah.
What how you feeling about this? For me, more so, Justin, it's about like international break this year for Andre, or knock on wood, God forbid injuries. What do you do now?
Yeah.
Like, do you rely on Bendick for good amount of games?
I think so. I think Andre, even in the games where you rotate, you've seen Andre in there. I think maybe in like Leagues Cup, you might give Andre a break. Listen, I love Matt Freese, but I mean, it's a great problem to have. Andre Blake staying here as long as he has, you're not going to supplant Andre Blake. I mean, he is all-time, I'm going to say an all-time top 5 MLS keeper. Yeah. When he retires, he will absolutely be in the upper echelons, the Mount Rushmore of keepers in this league. It's tough. I think that's a tough person to get past. I wasn't surprised because you started seeing, like, they hadn't signed anybody else. And I think the point, if you were to sign another vet or a young guy, you would have. But you also started to notice around the league, the super draft picks were actually signing around this time. Like there were a flux in the last week or so. There's been an influx of super draft signing. That is usually outside of like the first top couple picks. It usually takes a little bit for those contracts really kind of get finalized and get official. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't too terribly surprised. Clearly, he impressed enough to earn the minutes. I assume based on this that he'll be the keeper for U2 at the very minimum, because Matt Freese was the keeper for U2 last season.
He was pretty much their captain too.
Yeah, so like I think that'll certainly be a big case. And again, you learn from a solid MLS vet and Joe Benda, guy who's been around the league, guy who knows what it takes to be a starting keeper. And like I said, one of the best keepers probably of all time in Andre Blake. I mean, I think that's an amazing player to learn from, and I think that's also why Matt Freese was confident to go out and go for go to NYCFC, because you learn from a guy like Andre Blake for that many years. You're gonna pick up on a few things. So I think the Union, regardless if Holden Trent is the guy for the future, you at least are developing a solid keeper.
Definitely would like to see him play. Tim, we'll end off with this question here. Do you think it'll be Bedoy's last season?
I think it kind of has to be.
Right?
I don't know. Like we kind of said this last year too, and then he had like one of his best seasons that he's had as a player, and he like scored he was like 5th on the team in scoring. So like he was like vastly important. He was one of the shuttler midfielders who actually made the formation work. So when he went out of the lineup, it was rough, and it probably cost the Union the Shield and maybe the Cup, unfortunately. So. I mean, who am I to say that? But he signed a 1-year extension or whatever it was, or new contract for just 1 year. So, yeah, I got to think that he's thinking about life after playing on the field now. And I mean, I think he still plays a good amount of minutes this year, and obviously he's the captain. He's like one of the most important players on this team.
Already built a statue, man. Just build it.
Build a statue. Hey, let's win a few things this year, and then we can pick from one of those images of him lifting a few different trophies to put out in front of the stadium.
Oh, getting goosebumps thinking about it. Justin, do you think it's the last season?
Yeah, I said this before that if they had won the Cup, I feel like he would have pulled a who was Kansas City's backup quarterback that just like literally retired. Chad Henne or whatever was it? Literally retired.
Chad Henne.
Literally retired. Is like they won the Lombardi Trophy. It's like, all right, I'm retiring. Like I think if the Union had won, Ali's
I don't know.
The sunset, and it may have been I feel like he would have done that and then like joined the coaching. Like
I feel like only if he played though, because like he didn't play in the game. I just feel like. Yeah, like he signed that extension back when that injury first kind of like came up, and at that point we're like, wait, what's going on? Like, is he not going to be around for much of the last bit of the season? And that's sort of what happened. And now he's got 1 more year to ride it out. Like, I think he wants to go out a winner, and he wants to be on the field to win.
You know what, Ali? We all do. We all want to see you win. We all want to parade down wherever our parade will be. But
as they said, as Leo said in Wolf on Wall Street, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Staying right here.
That's right, man. That's right. All right, guys, it's gonna do it for another episode of Duke by the River. We'll be back, guys. Obviously, nitty gritty. Next week, we'll obviously have a match to talk about. So, it's crazy. We're actually here. We're definitely here, but. Guys, seriously, thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Duke by the River. Make sure you guys do hit that like button, subscribe for more live viewings. Find us where you stream podcasts from Apple, Google, and Spotify. Find us under Duke by the River podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Justin, Alcohol Distribution Agent Friedberg. That is Tim Lovinguth. Of course, I go by the name of Eddie Barcelo Philly, and we're telling you guys to dupe on. We're getting close to the season.